thinking about these relationships and or the idea of mentorship, as you mentioned, what examples do you have of how you've found a mentor or used colleagues specifically to get you to where you are now?
Yeah, as far as finding a mentor, I just think about, when I'm coming into an institution and the various people that I'm meeting, I try to identify people who are in positions or who are working on maybe projects that I have interest in or positions that I might feel like I would have interest in having later. Like right now I'm working in a assistant dean role. I'm very much interested in eventually becoming, a VP of student affairs or a dean of students. So I was very hopeful to be able to build relationships with people who were in those roles in my current institution. And I've been able to do that. And as far as, I think, what was the second part of the question as far as what I'm looking for in colleagues?
I was just wondering if there's like a specific example of how you utilized your network or colleagues to help you to get to where you are now.
Yeah, so at my current institution, I had a supervisor when I was in my housing role where she would have different department heads and people who are in higher level positions, executive level positions, to come in and talk with our group. And that person would usually kind of talk about like how they got into student affairs and what their background is and their role now in the institution and how they got there. And that was a way for us to kind of get to know those people on a more personal level. And so that kind of broke the ice for me where, this person would come in and talk to our group, something that was similar to mine. And they had identity that was, somewhat, similar as far as, being a person of color or being a woman.
Are you there?
So sorry. I hit mute by mistake. Hello?
Yes.
Yes. And so after those meetings, I'd have that person's contact information, their email, their phone number, and that would make me feel more comfortable to contact them, like, hi, you came in and talked to, our RC group. It really resonated with me when you were talking about, your role now and how you got to it. Can we have coffee or, maybe meet for lunch so we can talk more about, your role and what you're doing and, what some of my aspirations are career-wise and those kind of things. And that's how that would kind of start. And that's how I got one of the mentors that I have now, was basically like meeting them first in that setting where they would come to one of our staff meetings and then me contacting them later to have like a follow-up, like lunch or coffee to kind of start to build and foster like a mentor relationship. And then, being able to continue that relationship and, meet with that person periodically and then, kind of be able to talk with them whenever I have any career questions or I need advice when it came to like work or the job that I'm doing. As far as colleagues, it pretty much, I really like to extend out of my network. So not just, because my office that I work in right now is pretty small. And so I really like to think about other people who are working like within my division, but not my particular office. And I think that it's a little bit harder, at different times of school year to connect with people depending on, how busy their office might be at certain times of the year. But there has been like a social committee that has different things where they have, like ice cream socials or networking events and some of these things are also happening like in the evenings off campus. And that was a way for me to get to know some of my colleagues, outside of work, and help to kind of build and foster relationships, we can continue to collaborate together at work. And so I was able to meet some people that work, in one of our identity centers. It's, like the Mary Lou Williams Center for, Black Culture. And I was able to meet them in one of those socials outside of work. And then that kind of, we get to know one another and build, a pretty strong relationship where, I consider them to be a good friend and also a colleague. And so we, collaborate together at work. But then also it's nice to be able to go to that person's office and, just talk to them about what's going on with me at work and, vent about things and maybe get some ideas. And I also enjoy talking to people who don't necessarily work in my particular office because sometimes they can have a different take on things or kind of an objective view on some things that are happening. So it's good to be able to kind of have that person's perspective when I'm thinking through some of the things that I'm working on or students I might be working with.
So you had mentioned that, I just want to make sure I'm understanding this correctly, that the opportunity to connect with administrators in Res Life led you to having your current mentor right now. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct.
And how does that mentor identify racially and gender?
Yes, she's a Black woman.
Okay. And how has having her as a mentor helped you to get to where you are now? Or helped you throughout your... Go ahead.
Yeah. So she encouraged me to apply for the role that I have now, working in the Dean of Students office. And it also has just been helpful because I'm kind of in a middle of the road type situation now where I'm not sure where I want to go next career-wise. So it's been helpful to kind of talk with her about that and think about like her experience and her journey and what led her to, the place that she's at now. And it's given me some really good ideas on, what I should do next or what I should be thinking about next. And also, what are some things I can take advantage of now in my current role? So if there's things or experiences that I'm not getting, just in my day-to-day job responsibilities, she's really good at helping me think about, what are some other opportunities and professional development type things that I can get involved with that really, help me as far as, one, thinking about, career-wise what I'd like to do next, and also experiences that I can add to my resume that could make, me more attractive when it comes to, jobs that I might be applying for in the future.
Great, thank you. So as we are continuing to explore experiences and strategies and relationships, how has the role of the different institutions that you've worked at helped you to get to where you are now?
Can you say that again?
Yes. So looking at the role of the institutions, you spoke a little bit about colleagues and mentors. So now looking at the institution, how has the institution, if it has, helped you to get to where you are now?
Yeah, I would say... I know I've been doing this is it okay for me to say the names of the institutions?
It is. I'm not going to be sharing them. So you don't have to worry about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I would say, thinking about my role at the University of Michigan, I feel like we got a lot of solid, professional development opportunities and trainings, especially once it came to issues of social justice, identity, and how we, foster diversity, and also how to develop trainings for student leaders who are also interested in that. And so that really helped me, as far as being able to have that experience and have it be genuine, because a lot of people come up to student affairs and they'll, throw words around about identity and social justice and diversity, but really haven't done a lot of the work, and really don't have a lot of experience when it comes to that. But I felt like the trainings and just the overall Michigan had, really helped to give me a solid foundation in those areas, which also led to, some, conferences that I went to, and some different, people that I were able to meet and kind of add to, my board of directors, so to speak, people that I really admire and appreciate the advice they're able to give me, and just the experience I felt like helped make me a better professional and, just helped me in my journey on, how I work with students and, how I'm able to train students and help to foster and develop student leaders. So I felt like the trainings and the experience that I had at University of Michigan were very helpful in that. That really helped me with my career. at Michigan State, I don't feel like there was much of an opportunity for that as far as the trainings and some of the